This is how I was able to make over $5,000 in less than 1 hour day trading. Today was OPEC, so this is the day that I try to build risk off, so I did not seize in as heavily as I should, and also I missed a really clean A plus setup trade, which kind of, you know, decided that I should size down for the rest of the trades. I was able to catch 2 wins, 1 loss, of course, all live traded in my mentorship group. If you do want to join it, the link will be down below. But now let's get straight into the charts. So this was the price action going into today. As you can see, the New York opened up in a little bit of a range. If we zoom out to the 4 hours, we had a big sell-off overnight and then it bounced back up. We pretty much hit the weekly low again almost perfectly. We took it out by just a few points on this 4 hour candle, which was a short I actually had on one of my funded accounts, and I hit TP on. This was my target for the week. I don't think we're going to go to the previous week low, just because it's so strong. And then, so going into the opening, I was feeling bullish. We talked about this in the last trade recap. Is like you kind of, I don't like to call it bias because a bias means you just like focus on only one thing, but you kind of where price should head towards. So taking out this weekly low down here, market out here, I was looking to go bullish at least to the GP of this range right here, the golden pocket of this range, which we ended up getting, and the halfway point of this 4 hour for value gap right here, which could have been again a rejection point, and it was roughly where we end up rejecting it in. It was the top of the day. I am in a short still currently, so technically I could go 3 wins 1L, which would be great. So going to the open, the first thing I noticed was we had this really nice equal lows right here. So I'm thinking, going to this open, I'm hoping right this 930 candle here pushes up, we come back down, we reject the previous day closing price, and I'm hoping, hey, hopefully we can take out these equal lows either on a Q and or ES, or maybe one takes it out and we get a bullish SMT and then we can go long. As you can see, we came shy. I literally drew this as soon as I sat down. I was like, I think we're gonna do this and then go back up and go into that GP up there. I drew this up. Unfortunately, we missed it by a few points, so I didn't long right away. We had a really nice confirmation as well with this 1 minute IFVG here. Again, the reason I didn't take it because the lows were sitting right there, so I was hoping we'd take those lows out before we made this move higher. But unfortunately, we did not. The market isn't always going to give you exactly what you want. You got to adapt and you got to adjust. So we got this big move up. There was an entry right on this candle that I thought, hey, I should probably get in here. But what I didn't like about this entry is like, hey, if my first TP is going to be the higher day, I don't really like this stop loss. I'm going to need them under here. I don't really like this kind of one-to-one RR stop loss is not really how I trade. So it was what it was. We had to leave it behind, and I had to find another entry if the market was going to give it to me. Remember, never chase it. But do try to look for other opportunities if they're there. So then I took a trade at 10:04 right here. So I took this trade right here, targeting 950. That's what we're targeting. So we took this trade right here, just like this. And unfortunately, as you can see, I got wicked out. I did say in my stream, I said, honestly, this should probably still hold. I think the candle is going to get bought up again. But the range is big. I don't want to take the risk. If this is not holding, I have to wait another candle to lose another 30 points, another 40 points, another 50. We had some 50-point 1 minute candles, so I have to think about risk management first. I said, okay, well, if this gets back above 854, I'm just going to get back in. Right? This is also right here was this small GP that we held up. So this made a lot of sense to me. So I decided to get back in right here in this green candle. I did not wait for the candle close. I just, as soon as 854, 855 was achieved, I entered and I kept my stop loss right under that, what eventually became the IFVG, and we were able to catch right around 100 points. We were actually able to take profits at 100 points. I kept a runner that got stopped on this green candle, on this red candle, but this was really good, maximize trade type of trade. So here we lost 30 points, then we made 100, so we're positive 70 for the day. And then after that hit, we got this nice pullback here. We got this nice move down. We had also on ES, we got some nice strong rejections. So everything was looking good. That, hey, we hit a GP, we filled that. It's time to go short. So it's time to go short. And again, these equal lows down here are still left behind. So there's a good chance we're going to want to revisit them. So I looked for a short. I was looking for this 5-minute inversion right here. Price was chopping around a little bit. On the 1 minute close, and I do this when I feel really strong about a trade. On this 1 minute close, I actually just decided to enter short. I did not wait for the 5 minute to close, which again sometimes can be a mistake. But the way this price was going, I felt really, really strong about this because again, we had big displacement here. We retested it. As you can see right here, we retested both on Q and ES. This was also the small leg GP kind of marking out that should be the top of the top for this move so far. So we entered short, we took the P here, we took the P at the previous day closing price, and then, so that was about 90-ish points right there. Then we got stopped on the green on the runners that we had. Unfortunately, because the price did keep going. But when price did keep going, I decided to re-enter. This was on my own. This was off a stream. I decided to re-enter after we had this move higher here because I noticed that we had this 5 minute here that was perfectly respected. Right there, we got this 5 minute fair value gap. Right here, we had this 5 minute fair value gap on NQ, and if we go to ES, same exact thing right here. As you can see, we had this 5 minute gap. They got retested. So I thought the trend will still be down. So I was able to enter another short, which I do still have a piece of it in. But again, this was kind of like on my own. And I had about a 26, 27 point stop loss, something like that. Took some profits here, this 5 minute gap. And I'm hoping to see if the runners or the rest can hit these equal lows. If not, I'll probably get stopped out somewhere around here, 24,100. So it would be green trade regardless. But hopefully I can catch a decent size winner. So what's important to understand is, one, where should price be heading based on your higher time frame? You see that all the trades I looked for was really because there was a higher time frame idea behind it. When I started looking for shorts, we had the golden pocket. We had the 4 hour fair value gap. When I started looking for longs, we had the weekly low get taken out. We had a big V shit up. Right, everything that you find on the lower time frame. So when I'm looking for 5 minute retest and a continuation, like we did for the short or we did for the longs as well. Here I forgot to mention the longs. We also had this 5 minute fair value gap, but we had tapped. There was added confluence for this long setup here that we took on the way up. Did forget to mention that part. And also we had an SMT with that 5 minute. You see down here with and this is important when you look for continuation, guys. These are some of the best continuation setups. When you get a fair value gap, and then you also get an added SMT. That usually tells me the trend wants to continue, and I should keep following that trend. That's usually what I look for when I'm looking for a trend continuation versus a trend reversal. But I'm not going to look for a low time frame entry if I don't have a high time frame idea. A lot of people understand that you need both combined. You need a high time frame idea, and then from that idea, imagine like a little move like a next step. From the high time frame idea, then you need the next step, which is your low time frame entry, and that's your trigger to actually execute. So one is the idea of what price should do, and the other trigger is the actual execution point of that trigger. And then having targets. Okay, if I trigger into this, where is my target more likely going to be? Is it going to be a previous low? Or if you're just looking for a pullback, a rebalance into fair value gap? Are you looking for some equal lows? Are you looking for previous day low or highs? If you're not marking those key areas out beforehand, when you're actually in the trade, it becomes a lot harder. Because now you're emotional, now you're seeing the dollar amount move up and down. Like it becomes a lot tougher. So you need to do the work beforehand. You need to mark out your higher time frame key areas beforehand. Like when we had equal lows and when we had the golden pocket for our 0.5, I had already established those levels. So then when I'm actually just looking for the trade, I'm making my life easier, and I'm making it easier for everybody around me that watches my streams and trades with me, that they know those levels are going to hit. And they know when to be ready for that trade. And then we're just waiting for that trigger, where it's an inversion, whether it's a retest of value gap on SMT, whether it's this or that. Whatever fits you. If you trade EMA crossovers, hey, up to you. Look for those levels, then find entries, and within those entries, then you execute, and then you just gotta follow your risk management plan. Once you're executed in your trade, understand your risk management plan. If you're trading at 50K, hey, trade 5 micro. If you're trading 100K, trade a mini to 15 micros. Understand where your stop loss is at. It's also really important. Like today, the range was big. Maybe you need a bigger stop loss than usual. So size down a little bit so that you can still keep that risk amount. A lot of people don't understand this. They think every candle's created the same. But no, for example, the range overnight and today was pretty massive. 250 points up, 250 points down. Sometimes you can get a 1 minute candle that's 10 points. Sometimes you get a 1 minute candle that's 50 points. So understanding when to size up and when to size down based on the risk around you will be very helpful. Like I had some students like, oh, I took a loss today, but it was a way bigger loss than I thought. And I was like, did you look at the range? This is why when I'm trading with the team, I literally tell them, like I spoon feed them, hey, I'm entering on a small size, I'm entering on a medium size, I'm entering heavier than usual. Like it all depends on the range, and understand that volatility comes in bunches. So we had a big volatile day the previous day with a big volatile move overnight, 250 point sell off, 500 point back up. So that means more than likely the New York session will also be more volatile. The market moves together, it moves in bunches. Volatility moves always in bunches. So you do want to be aware of that. When you go, and it's part of your pre-market prep. It should not take you very long, but it should be part of your pre-market prep to look how volatile is the market, what are my key areas, what should I be doing. If you're not asking yourself those questions, like it's like going to a football game or going to a basketball game, soccer game, whatever, and you didn't stretch before or you didn't hydrate properly before. During the game, you're gonna make your life way harder than because you were being lazy before that. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do like these trade recaps, I'm gonna try to do them every single day. So I appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, comment down below if you want to join and trade live with me every single day in my mentorship group. The link is also down below. We've been crushing it 2 weeks straight of just green days, completely crushing it. So shout out to you guys, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.